At 17, I had a family intuitive that told me to read a specific book on manifestation, follow it to a T, and everything in my acting career would come to fruition. And nothing happened. But I realized I was a really good manifester. So at 25, I threw it all away and I watched what I did when that actually worked and always resulted in what I wanted.
So an old model, when we talk about manifesting money in the old superstitious new age, talks about visualizing what you want, setting your intention or making your vision board, and then behaving like you already are what you want and it'll start to come to you. And I like to call that superstition because I did it for a really long time and not much happened from it. I, like many people, come from a pretty strong lack mentality. I had 2 young parents. My mom was often struggling until she really found her way financially. So what I was, seeing reflected back to me often was, we don't have enough, we'll never have enough, we can't have that. Most people who have that, the way that you actually go about expanding out of that and creating space for your manifestations to come through isn't just visualizing. That doesn't do much. Because when you imprinted in your subconscious when you were young, you actually imprinted that you have very little space for money to come through and that you're not worth it on a subconscious level. So you have to actually go out and see it to believe it through other people. That's how we do it, through mirror neurons, which imprints into our brain and creates those new neural pathways that they have it, we identify with them, therefore we can have it too. So one element that's really big in the opulence workshop, the workshop I created for money, and how you actually attract it in a very grounded way rather than woo-woo superstitious ways, is you go and mentor under somebody. If you're creating a new business, mentoring under them, assisting under them, offering your free services and interning, literally just so that you can make that imprintation to create space for what you're actually calling to come through. And then a question I often get once people have been really doing that is, when is the time to stop doing free work? And for me, it's kind of a layered question when I'm working with clients. So for me personally, I tend to have a really high self-worth and go-getter attitude when it comes to work. I'm very outgoing. So for me, it only takes about 3 months under someone to expand. Other people who are more introverted or feel like they don't have enough experience, or it takes them longer to build their confidence. Maybe they grew up in an environment where things had to be perfect for them to feel like they accomplished something. They're going to need to work under somebody for longer until they have that moment of, oh, I could do this too. I'm worth it. I see how it's done. I can go and do it. Because at a certain point, you're going to want to stop doing free work or it inhibits you. So once you reach that point, the time to cut off working for free is when you have built your portfolio and you don't need to do any more free work to build it. When you've registered, oh, I can do this too. Or when you've totally built your confidence. Those are the 3 points that you're going to know. Now is the time to stop working for free. Because if you're at this point overqualified, and I'll give a tiny example. I had lunch with a friend and client last week who is already making $10,000 a month at her photography job. She's built her business, no need to do any more portfolio building. But when friends ask her to do free work for them and shoot their stuff, she kind of always says yes because she feels that she has to. That's a low self-worth thing. So at this point, she's overqualified to be working for free. It's a time when you have to say no, or else the universe registers what you're projecting, your subconscious is projecting, is that I'm still not quite good enough to receive everything I've been asking from you, which is more money or growth or whatever it is with business. So that's your pivotal time to start saying no to free work. I'm too busy, thanks a ton, here's a referral to someone else, I can't do that anymore, I'm no longer doing free work. However you want to phrase it, that's when you're actually going to pick up some magnetism to you, because the universe loves when you step into your worth and you know what's possible for you, especially when you're overqualified.
Subscribe below. And if this all sounds like total mumbo jumbo to you, don't worry, check the links below. We have all of the workshops listed where you can start unblocking, delayering, and stepping into your magnetic self.